Are you thinking of living in Gloucester, Massachusetts? In this video, we're going to explore everything Gloucester. What's it like living in America's oldest seaport? How are the school systems? What's it like commuting to and from Gloucester? Where are the beaches? We're going to answer all this and more. Let's go to Gloucester. Hi, I'm Jeff. I started Boston North because I've lived my entire life in Massachusetts. In the last 20 plus years, I've lived in the North Shore. Working in the real estate industry, I've had to research the ins and outs of cities, towns, and neighborhoods in my area. My goal is to make you, my viewer, feel welcome to reach out to me with any questions you might have about living north of Boston. I'll talk to you soon. Gloucester, Massachusetts is 31 miles north of the city of Boston. As you can see, it's at the end of Cape Ann there. And if you're driving in and out of Boston, you're going to be looking at a minimum of an hour if that's off traffic. If you're going to go at rush hour, easily could be an hour and a half, could be 2 hours on the commute. So there's a few ways to do that, and we'll get into it later. The city of Gloucester itself, it's 26 square miles of land, and the population was just under 30,000 people, and that's according to the 2020 census. The city's a good mix. Downtown is very urban. It's got a good city feel to it, right along the water. But then there is some very rural land. There's some quiet neighborhoods. There's farms in Gloucester, and then you have the coastal homes as well. So a little bit of something for everybody in Gloucester. So let's run through a few of the neighborhoods. Downtown Gloucester, right on the southern coast. That's going to be where all the pictures are. The Fisherman's Memorial is kind of the thing that everyone thinks of when they think of Gloucester. But downtown's going to have the restaurants. It's going to have shopping. It's going to have a lot of the tourism, the big boardwalks and stuff like that. Really cool place. Does get busy in the summer, so good to be aware of. East Gloucester, out on this point here. It's kind of down on the southern side. And then this very tip is Eastern Point. That's going to be primarily residential, a little bit quieter, rocky New England coastline. West Gloucester is quite the opposite. That's going to be significantly more rural. There's even farms and farmland, and then larger estates out in West Gloucester. And just south of that is Magnolia, which is a small village within Gloucester. And that's going to be, again, big seaside homes or estates. And you're also going to have more of a rural feel, a lot quieter. The Annisquam River cuts right through the middle of Gloucester. So there's a neighborhood called Annisquam, which is up here. And that is like one road in, one road out. Pretty cool little neighborhood. And then you could also say, or somebody might say, I live on the Annisquam, which is sort of this greater central area in Gloucester. You're going to have a lot of, new construction, pretty nice houses. You're also going to have a lot of summer cottages that have been converted into year-round homes. So there's some small houses and some big houses mixed into the Annisquam area. Really good views. It climbs pretty quickly, so you get just really unique landscape in Gloucester. Lanesville is up in the northern section, and that's, again, the small town feel. It does have a harbor on Ipswich Bay. There is beaches to go to, there's fishing, all the stuff that comes with living along the coast. Most of Gloucester is along the coast. And then you can see that Rockport is surrounded by the city of Gloucester. And it's just worth taking a look. If you're interested in living in Gloucester, you're going to end up looking at Rockport too. So no reason not to just be aware of that. Your main route into Gloucester as far as driving is Route 128. And that is a highway that just terminates right in Gloucester. So if you're going into Boston, you would take 128, and then maybe depending on traffic, would you go down Route 1 or all the way to 93? If you're heading out to Western Mass, again, 128 becomes I-95, and then you'd either go down to Rhode Island on 95 or take the Mass Pike I-90 west, and then you could get to Connecticut, other parts of Rhode Island and New York, and further out. 128 down to 95 north, you could get up into New Hampshire in pretty short order. That would be under an hour ride probably. You could cut across Ipswich and, kind of take the scenic route as well and get to New Hampshire in roughly the same amount of time, or down to 93 and up into New Hampshire mountain ski country and stuff like that. So the other main way in and out of Boston is the commuter rail, and that terminates in Rockport. It's the Rockport line, but there's two more stops, West Gloucester and Gloucester. The total ride time from Boston to Rockport is 75 minutes. So you're looking at an hour ride on the train. The good news is if you're up in Gloucester, you'll get a seat. Sometimes as you get closer in, the trains can fill up. So That's not a terrible ride, and it's pretty regular transportation in and out of the city. School systems in Gloucester. There's 8 schools, 1 high school, 1 middle school. There's 5 elementary schools, and then there's a pre-K. It's ranked by niche.com 132nd of 220 school systems in the state of Massachusetts. Things to do in Gloucester. It's a very historic. I think it's America's first seaport. And you're going to have a lot of museums. There's Hammond Castle. There's Good Harbor Beach. There's Wingersheek Beach. There is the Halibut Point State Park that's in Rockport. And just there's a lot to do on foot. There's a lot to enjoy. There's just a lot of really great outdoors to have up in this area. The city government, Gloucester has a mayor and a city council, and that's voted on every 2 years. And the tax rate in Gloucester is actually quite low, $9.73 per $1,000 of value. That's in 2024. Anywhere in eastern Massachusetts, if it's closer to $10 per thousand, that's low, and as it gets up towards $20 per thousand, that's pretty high. Gloucester's got low taxes. It's got some value there, and it's a great place to live. Let's see, any other things that might be important to you? The nearest hospital to Gloucester is going to be Beverly Hospital, so that's about a 25-minute ride. It's 15 miles down the highway. Emergency room, it's a full service hospital there. Grocery stores, shopping, that's all going to be settled inside Gloucester. There's plenty of amenities like that. And if you needed to go to a mall or do the box store shopping, you would make your way down to Peabody and Danvers, which is just past Beverly. So if it's a 25-minute ride there, it's a 30-minute ride to Peabody and Danvers. That's the North Shore Mall and all the box stores, Target, stuff that you might need to do the bigger shopping trips. But everything's available in relatively close proximity to Gloucester. And then it's just a really beautiful place to live. If I can answer any questions for you about living in Gloucester, about living in any town in eastern New England, really, I'd be honored to receive your question. Call, text, or email, and with the information below, and I hope to hear from you. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.